The phone lines are active. They are open, waiting for your call. We'll start in just a second, about 20 seconds. Do this one more time. And welcome, guys, to the Coach Dave Show. We are online on 8 different locations tonight. We got 3 on Facebook, and then we got D Live and Twitch and Mixer and YouTube and something else. Facebook, 3 Facebooks. I already said that. Tonight we're talking about FOO. Again, talking about FOO. And the thing about FOO is this. FOO rolls downhill. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. FOO rolls downhill. So there's the phone number up there. If you want to type at whatever social media place you're at, only 2 of them won't come here. So if you are on my personal page, or you're on my business page on Facebook. Actually, my personal page will come here. My business page and my other page that I'm on, Ordinary People TV. These guys right up here. One more time. There we go. These guys right up here, Ordinary People TV. They don't have the chat connected with visually what you'll see on the screen here. So if you're over there, go to my personal page, or you can go to my YouTube page, Dave Brown Coach, YouTube/Dave Brown Coach, Periscope.tv/Dave Brown Coach. And I want you to do something for me when you get there. When you get there, what I want you to do is I want you to like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a hey, a hi, a howdy, type something in the chat, share this out with your friends, follow me, and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, and you'll see everything that goes on. You'll see everything. Right now, I'm double logged into that phone number up there so you don't hear any active, ongoing hold music, as it were. The audio is on, so as soon as I unmute somebody, you're live on the show. You're talking to everybody with me. I'm going to turn one more light on here while I'm waiting. While I'm waiting for that first call, and let's improve the lighting situation just by one little click. There we go. Improved lighting. Right on, right on. Okay. Now that y'all can see me and we have all the audio and we have everything out of the way, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think about FOO? It's out there. FOO is out there. Call in now. We'll get in on the conversation and we can actually get you into the show. All right? So give me a call on that line right up there, 712-770-5307. When it answers, dial 317-820-pound. And that'll get you into the show, that'll get you into the queue. And as soon as I see you into the queue, we can pop you into the show here and let's have a discussion. That's what we had last night. Last night we had some good questions. Good questions. We talked about what is FOO. And tonight might be a little bit shorter depending on how many we have in the queue and how many we have in the window typing to us, asking questions. Say hi when you come in. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit a whole bunch of those thumbs up on Facebook, thumb. And when you get to Periscope, hit the screen a whole bunch of times to tap a bunch of hearts, super hearts, all this kind of chat and hearts and thumbs up and all that, and everybody's going to be happy. Okay, let's talk about it. What is the way to get unstuck from FOO? Last night we talked about what is FOO, and I'm going to go over it real briefly here just to let you know. FOO, family of origin. It's those things you grew up with and those things that continue to stick with you. That's what FOO is. FOO is the attitude your sister gave you, your brother who smacked you when you were doing sports, tripped you, said bad things about you, made you feel little, made you feel big. Whatever it was that you went through growing up, that's your FOO. That's your FOO. Now, later on this week, we're going to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to talk about tomorrow night issues about FOO having to do with addiction and recovery. Every Wednesday is our Recovery Wednesday. That's the day we talk about the addiction and recovery cycle related to our topic, which this week is FOO. And the next couple days, I'm going to be formulating what we're going to talk about next week. So if you have some difficulties in your life and some things you need to walk out and some things that really need to be turned over in your life, let me know what it is you want to talk about. Whatever it is you want to talk about, we're here to talk about it. We're not here to talk about me. I'm not the subject. We're here to talk about FOO, and tonight specifically, our topic in regards to FOO is, can you get unstuck from FOO? Okay? I believe in my heart that FOO can get you stuck. I know it because I've been there, but I know it because FOO gets everybody stuck. It doesn't just roll downhill, which that's true, it does. My FOO from my family rolled downhill to me. I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and I have a lot of FOO. A lot of issues related to FOO, my family of origin, how I grew up. I was in a religion that didn't follow the Bible. And I'm not saying you have to live like I choose to live right now. You don't. But I was in a religion that said it was following the Bible, but it didn't follow the Bible. And that was, I don't know, it was a big lie in my estimation. It always seemed like a lie. It always seemed like, if we're following the Bible, how come we're not doing good things? Not that you have to do good things to follow the Bible, but let me tell you, if a car is going down the road, it's going to cause some ripples in the air. It's going to cause some things to happen. And if you're following the Bible, there's ripples and a breeze and things that happen that you're going to just naturally have happen around you because of you, because you're following it. Or, contrarily, opposite to that, some things that happen no matter what you follow. You follow something, some other things are going to happen. Whatever you follow, it's going to cause things. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Wherever you go, there you are. And there's no changing that. Hey, what's going on? Your FOO took your world into a confused path as well. For some reason, YouTube is giving us twice the comments. That's okay though. We get a lot of interaction from twice the comments. So what is your FOO is basically your upbringing. It's your growing up years. It's mom and dad, brother and sister, your friends, your teachers. It's your growing up years and the things that your mom and dad or your family had treated you, things they said to you, how they looked at you, how you looked at how their treatment of you was. And that's your FOO. That's your family of origin. That's your upbringing. And how do you get unstuck from your FOO? If you have some things, now your FOO might have given you some good things. It might have given you leadership skills. It might have given you motivation. It might have given you the personality of a lion. You're a go-getter. You're running out there doing things and making stuff happen and being responsible and being a grown-up adult. And then maybe your FOO is causing some of those other things that are the opposite of that. You're having a hard time with who you are, with who you see with who you see yourself to be. You're having a hard time with trying to be a leader, with trying to be a grown-up, with trying to be responsible, with trying to hold some employment or have a business that's running and staying together because you're taking care of it. All of those things are really your FOO in action. Your FOO is affecting you today. How you grew up is affecting how you're doing today, right now, at this very moment. While you're watching me, your FOO is determining how you hear me. It's determining whether or not you take this in a good, positive vein, or whether or not you're looking at the screen with a scowl and you're saying, oh, I don't like this guy. So however it is, you can get unstuck from your FOO, from those negative things that your FOO has just FOO'd all over you, okay? And the way you do that, it's a 3-tiered process. First of all, the first tier, and this is what I call the life transform system. It is a 3-tiered process. It's like a bar stool that has 3 legs. If you knock one of the legs off of that bar stool, bam. If you knock 2 legs off of it, even a bigger crash. So you think, I'm sitting up here on this bar stool. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I see that phone number above Coach Dave. It's got a number and a PIN number and a pound sign. That's all you need. Hint, hint. So I'm sitting on the stool. It's all looking pretty good to me. It's all looking pretty good. So what do I need to know about my FOO? Or how to get unstuck from my FOO? Okay, here's the deal. You're sitting on a bar stool. Say it's only got 2 legs instead of 3. It doesn't balance very well, but you're leaning against the counter, having that beer that the bartender slides over to you. And you're leaning up on the counter. It's all good. Until you decide, I want to relax in life. You decide, I'm going to sit back. Off you go. Bam! Just like that. So that's what a life transform system is like. If you only got 2 legs on that stool, you got to be leaning. You got to constantly be leaning. You got to constantly be that direction, toward the bar, toward the beer, toward the drink. And you're kind of stuck right there. You want to get up and walk out. And it's easier to just lean here instead of falling backwards when you lean back. Okay? So here's the deal. You want to sit up straight. You want to sit on a stool that has all 3 legs. That's the 3-tiered system. The first tier is knowing your life plan. Do you know your life plan? Do you know where you want to go in life? And I'm not talking about goals. I'm not talking about somebody who comes up and sells you. For me, it was like soap products. You want to sell some soap products and you want to make some money and you want to be a direct distributor. Okay. How do I do that? Well, you just get on the phone and you just tell them this and this. And they say no. And okay, you get on the phone again, somebody else, tell them this and this. And they say no. And you do that 20 times. You get 20 no's. You do that 40 times. You get 39 no's and 1 yes. That person just wants to do some laundry, so they want to buy some soap from you to do laundry. You make $5. That's not a life plan. Do that enough, and the person that buys some soap from you, then they want to be a distributor like you. Okay. After they become a distributor, you go to a couple of conferences, couple of sales conferences, sit there, watch all the motivational speakers. That's not a life plan. It's a good start. You're doing something which is better than doing nothing. But are you doing the right something? Is it something you really want to do? Now, want to sell soap for the rest of my life? It'll be okay, especially if I become a millionaire. I could do that. If I become a millionaire, sell a lot of soap, okay. Okay, that works for me. Okay, so where do you go from there? Say you do become a millionaire, where do you go from there? I've known some millionaires. In fact, I'm friends with one right here in my town. A millionaire in the real estate construction business. Great business. Real estate tanked a while back, or new home construction did. It tanked a while back. And when it tanked, things shrunk down. The profit shrunk. The money shrunk. The amount of clients, everything just... So what do you do from that? Well, you go out, you get another job. Or, after the bankruptcy and all that stuff is over with, start rebuilding your business. He's now rebuilding his construction, new home business. He does things other than new homes. He does add-ons. He does all kinds of stuff. He's a really awesome guy. He knows how to build a business. He built it already. 7 figures. So what do you do from that point? And say you get the 7 figures built, and you decide, I can keep that. I can keep those 7 figures, and then all of a sudden the economy tanks. Something else happens. Maybe you get a deadly illness. What you need is a life plan, not just a few stepping stones in life and you don't know where they go. What are you going to do with your life plan? What are you going to do with your motivation? What is your motivation? Where does it come from? And what kind of a legacy does it produce? What kind of long range, not just 5 years, not just 10 years or 20, what kind of long range all the way down the road does it produce? And how are you going to keep it there? And how are you going to make it happen? Okay, there's a way to plan that. There's a way to look at step by step. It takes a whole weekend or more. It took me 2 days to go through the whole life plan system and make sure that I knew what my life focus was, that I knew what my legacy was, that I knew how my legacy to help people is going from A to Z, not just A to B or A to D or A to Q, but all the way, the whole time, while I'm living here on planet Earth, from A all the way to Z. And at the end, I look back And I say, yeah, this is where I always envisioned it would be. There's a way to do that. That's just tier 1. Tier 2 is, how do you do that? How do you do that? All right, there's things that need to happen today. You need to eat. You need to get clean. You need to sleep. Maybe you need to take Johnny over to the baseball game. Or little Susie. Maybe she has to go to ballet practice. She's got to learn to dance across the floor, and you need to be there. You got to be able to take her there. You got to be able to be there during practice, telling her she's doing a good job, telling her she's doing great, be in her cheering section. Way to go, Susie. That's good. That's good. They need mom and dad to be there, be their cheering section. So what happens when Susie needs you to be there? I can't be there. I gotta go and pay these bills, or see the tax preparer, or go over here to the school and take care of some other thing at the school for your registration there, and got to go over here, and mommy was on vacation, or daddy was on a business trip, and I can't spend any time with you right now. I don't have any time for you. How do you coordinate all these things in your life? Have you noticed, just driving to work, have you noticed there are people out there, believe it or not, there are people out there who cut people off in traffic, who get in that lane you wanted to get in, because they're in a hurry, and they come first. Have you ever noticed that? They're in a hurry, they come first, they get the lane. They'll honk at you. Get out the way! Get out the way! They need to be there because they haven't planned. What do you do when someone runs up fast in the lane next to you and cuts in front of you, and then it's a red light and they stop, you almost slam into them? What do you do at the next light? Between that light where you're stopped and the next light where they're stopped and you're coming up on them and they're still stopped, what do? Do you pull up right close to the back end of their car, honk your horn, ha 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 ha, I'm still right here even though you cut me off, sucker? Is that what you do? It takes a little bit of a different mindset, but think of this. Somebody races past you, cuts you off, and at the next stoplight, they are stopped, and you're coming up on them. My mode of operation, I give them an extra 2.5 car lengths. They're up there, I'm back here. You know why? Because I saw the way they drive. I have my time planned, so I get to work on time with plenty of time, plenty of extra time, buffering my driving, so I don't have to be on everybody's bumper in their lane I want to be in and cutting in front of everybody who's going to make me be late for work because I'm down to the last straw, the last tenth of a second before I pull in the drive. And I park my car and I lock it and I run in and I get in my desk. Whew. Right when I need to hit the time clock, I'm there. Nope, I got extra time. I got extra time because there's an engine that runs my life. I got extra time because I'm not down to the last millisecond before I leave the house. I'm not down to it takes me 10 minutes to get to work, but I've only got 9, so I'm going to get in the car and go a little bit faster and get the brake and get the boom through the red light. I'm not going to do all that stuff, risk my life, risk the lives of the people around me, risk the hard income, the income it takes me, a hard effort to earn, and risk all that on car repairs and insurance bills that go up because my driving is worse, going down because I'm taking the last straw of the last tenth of a second to get to work and get there right on time and punch in with a breath left. Or punch in. Now, I know you guys have been here. They say you can punch in 7 minutes after the hour because it bills it back to right at the hour. You punch in at 8:07 and the time clock says, it's not the quarter of the hour. Yeah, I'm going to back this up. It's not the half of the quarter. Quarter's 15. It's not the half of the quarter yet, so I'm going to back this up to 0 minutes, and I'm going to call it 0 minutes, and you just got 7 extra minutes that you could wait before you leave the house. No. That's not how it works. You don't sit there and take an extra couple of sips of coffee because you got an extra 7 minutes, because the time clock will mark you back to 0 if you get in there at 7. You know what happens? Any kind of a little fender bender, police, a siren of a fire truck going by or whatever, any traffic variation whatsoever, and you're stuck. And you'll get there at 7 minutes after, 8 minutes after, 9 minutes after, you're into the next quarter. Now you have to wait until the time clock says 5:07 or maybe 5:08 p.m. before you can leave. And you know what? Johnny's got soccer practice at 5:20. You got to go home, pick him up, get him and his soccer bag in the van, head off to the field, take him to the field, unload him, unload the sports bag, get over to, and you're late, and Johnny's crying, and you're just sweating it, and you almost ran over 3 people in a crosswalk because you're in a hurry, because you're running late from running late from running late from running late from running late, because you didn't leave early. Because why? You didn't plan it. All I'm saying is this. The first tier is knowing where you want to be at the end of this life. That's your life planning. Second tier is the organization and completion. I call it the engine of life. And I have what I call a transformational life kit, where you can take this life kit, you can make your life a success day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. Say you got a bill that comes in. It doesn't have to be paid for 7 months. What do? You stick it in the bill folder and forget about it. 7 months comes along, you forget about it. 9 months comes along, you still are forgetting about it. A year goes by, and now it's 5 months overdue. What are you going to do? You got to pay it. You got to pay the late fee. You got to go to the bank and get the check in the bank real quick to pay the late fee before you get a second late fee. And you're in a hurry to do that, and people are coming across the crosswalk, and you're honking at them saying, "Get out of the way, I got to go pay." You need the life kit. You need the transforming life kit. Okay. So you got the engine. You got the life engine. You got the life plan. You got the life engine. I'm good. I'll take that. I'll get my life rolling smoothly. I'll put everything I got to put in the right area, the right timing, the right clock, the right pop up at the right time, just to give me a week extra to kind of get to the bank, kind of get to the school, kind of get to the doctor, get to the tax preparer and pay him, and I got extra time. Why? Because I got my life engine going, hitting on all cylinders, and it's good. Hitting on all cylinders, awesome. So the next thing you need, you got your life plan, you got your life engine. The engine's running smooth, except for it's not once in a while. Yeah, forget about it. I'm going to do it for a couple of weeks. Then I'm going to forget about it. I know about it. You told me all about it. Going to do it for a couple of weeks. Kind of like that diet that I've been on. You know, the Atkins diet or the keto diet. My sweetheart, she's on the keto diet. She's doing great. Losing pounds already. Atkins, keto, the fat diet, the skinny diet, the no sugar diet, the eat everything you want diet and still get skinny. The Weight Watchers. Yeah, I got my life engine. I can run that thing for a couple of weeks. I know I can run it. I don't have to run it all the time. Oops, there goes a bill. That's okay. I'll put it back in here, put it back in the engine. Run the engine. I haven't seen it for quite a few months, but I'll run the engine again. I'll run it for a while and get things back. And now I can forget about that now. No big deal. Guys, I got this phone number running over my head. Nobody in the queue. Come on, guys, I want to help you with this. Hold on just 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I got the train going by, and I live right by the tracks. I live on the right side of the tracks. Okay? Just saying. Okay, so here's the deal. After a while, forget about the life plan, the legacy. It's okay. It's going to be years from now. It'll wait. After a couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever it is, if you're really dedicated, maybe a month, month and a half. The engine. I don't need to run the engine anymore. Life's going fine. I kept up with it for a while. I know I can do it. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know is that I can do it. Okay? These things will help you get unstuck from your FOO. I'm telling you. Alright, so we got the life plan. Ran it for a while. We got the life engine. Been running that. It's okay. I'm in better shape than I was. That's good enough for me. I don't care if it runs smooth. I don't care if after a while I'm running through life all frenzy and just, you know, anxious and depressed and stressed out, and I got a heart attack coming because I run too fast and do too many things without a life engine running to help me keep it all under my thumb. So here we go. After a while, the life plan after a while, the engine just kind of stops. What do you need? What's the third tier? What's the third leg of the stool? Been leaning on this life plan, leaning on the life engine. Been leaning on it all for a while. And then when I sit back and everything's cool, just fall right down. Third tier. What do you think it is? The third tier is, let me give you a hint. 2 are better than 1. 2 are better than 1. And the reason 2 are better than 1 is because if one falls down, the other can help him up. That's from Ecclesiastes, talking about people. 2 people are better than 1. Because if one falls down, the other one will help him up. You ever run across that? 2 people are better than 1. Because if one falls down, the other one helps him up. What do you need? If your life plan, your legacy plan is, and then your engine, your life engine, you're planning for your current days, weeks, months, making sure you get stuff done out of the way on time and not have to hurry through and be anxious and run over people in the sidewalk. That's kind of what you need. Is tier number 3. Tier number 3 is this: someone to walk through it with you. 2 are better than 1, because if one, the other one will help him up. You need an accountability partner. You need a coach. You need a counselor. You need the president of your school to help you. You need a career coach at school to help you. You need a pastor to help you. You need one of the friends that you have from church, one of the elder board, one of the bishops, one of the somebody you know, a good friend to help you. 2 are better than 1. Because if one is leaning on the 2 legs of the stool and then sits back, somebody's there to help him up. Don't cut that person out of your life. That's the 3rd thing you need. You need another person in your life. Sometimes, I know one friend of mine who's a life coach, he says that you need 7 men in your life. A man needs other men in his life because men know what men feel. Men know what men do. Men know how men think. And when you go through life and you go solo, okay? Now, I'm not saying go out and get 7 male friends, or if you're a lady, 7 lady friends in your life to hold you up and make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Don't go posting it on Facebook. Hey guys, keep me accountable. They don't have any stake in your life. Why are they going to keep you accountable? Why would they? Why would they keep you accountable just because you posted on Facebook? Businesses are hiring coaches for executives. For their executive managers, businesses are hiring coaches. Sometimes they're paying those coaches $2,500 a month to have one-on-one time every other week with their manager, with their executives. They're paying high-dollar stuff just to have someone, a coach, who is ready and willing and able and so happy for that $2,500 a month to just follow up. Because 2 are better than 1. And you know, corporations, they've got these boards and board meetings and board members. And you know how that goes. You know how they have the board meetings where everybody's bored. And they say, Mr. So-and-so in our executive branch, executive sales, executive management, our executive, maybe he's the manager over all the other executives. We need a life coach for him. Whoa, 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 wait a minute, the budget one says. A budget board member over there, secretary of the trip. Whoa, whoa, hold on, hold the phone right there. Can't we just get him on the internet and let him get some advice on some online webinar? Let's pay for a webinar for him. We'll send him. We'll send him to San Diego. We'll send him to Sacramento. We'll send him to Los Angeles. No, don't send him to Los Angeles. We'll send him somewhere. We'll send him to Chicago to have a seminar on how to be an executive manager of executives. That's only $1,000. We don't want to spend $2,500 a month getting this executive some coaching. Now, this is a really high level life coach that can go in and say, hey, I've coached for corporations, I've coached for sports teams, I've coached for all kinds of people that need to get their life together, and let me tell you, I know how to do it. That's that kind of life coach. High dollar life coach. Now, so the Secretary of the Treasury is over there in the boardroom going, no, 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 no. But the president of the company says, look, I've been looking at this. I've been looking at the figures. I ran the numbers. And this is what the numbers tell me. And I'll tell you, when they first came out with life coaching as a profession, and they ran it by a bunch of executives, your top-end executives need a life coach, all this kind of stuff, big sales pitch, and they went and looked at it and researched it and ran the numbers and researched it again and ran the numbers again. They came back with, yeah, you know what we're going to get? You know what the return on investment is for this? Also known as the ROI. The return on investment for having a life coach, one-on-one life coach, will talk to your guy, your executive. It's 3 to 1. 3 times the money that you spend comes back in productivity, in knowledge, in wisdom, in responsibility, in character development, all of those things. You get back 3 to 1 what you put in it. That's what they found from running the numbers and seeing it happen for a couple of years. I don't know how many, more than a couple. They ran it for a while. And then 10 years later, they came back and they said, you know what? I still don't believe these numbers. Still waiting for somebody to come in the phone lines, guys. They said, you know what? I still don't believe these numbers. And here's the reason why. 3 to 1? Who's going to believe 3 to 1? So they said, all right. Sent the research guys out, sent their marketing guys out, looked it through up and down, left and right. They came back and they said, you know what? You're right. And the Secretary of the Treasury said, whew, good thing. Oh, man, I was starting to worry. And they said, you know what? It's not 3 to 1. He said, I told you so. Treasury Secretary back there, I told you so. And the president said, no, it's 6 to 1. We were wrong, or they're just getting better, one of the two. It's 6 to 1. 6 times the value that you put into it in money, you get back in a better executive that can handle more, do more, make more happen, and be more for your company. 6 to 1 ROI. So somebody to walk through it with you is a value. The engine is another value, and having the whole life legacy plan is another value. And I'm just saying, you've got all this FOO. You're wrapped up in FOO. You're stepping in your own FOO. And what you really need is a life transformed system. Any one of those 3 tiers gets cut out, down it goes. Any one of those 3 tiers that's missing, it's not going to be easy to balance. You may be able to balance it for a while, but you're going to be pretty rickety. You're going to be shucking and jiving this way or that way just to make it happen, to make it stay in line. All right, I'm out of here. Guys, that's what you need in order to get unstuck from your FOO. You need a 3-tiered system. It doesn't have to come from me. You need a 3-tiered system, and it needs to come back, and it needs to roll back in and be exactly what's required to make it stick, make it stay, make it stand up without effort. You need that system in order to make sure that you can do it without shucking and jiving and without getting all stressed and running over people in the crosswalk. cutting people off in traffic, getting to work at 8:06 and a half minutes to be there before 8:07. If your life is living stressed from the minute to the minute to the minute to the minute, 3 tiers. 3 tiers. A life legacy plan, a life engine, and someone to walk through it with you. Somebody you trust, somebody who's motivated, somebody who will really stay there and call you and say, hey, are we still working on this? I asked you to get back to me when you did this thing that we were going to do to make it more solid. Did you get that done? Come and talk to me. And to coach you through it. All right. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for showing up for the Coach Dave Show. And we're talking about FOO tomorrow. We're going to talk about addiction and recovery based on our conversation about FOO. So thanks again. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.